Welcome into the Press Box Fantasy Football Show. Glenn Clark, Kyle Ottenheimer, and most importantly, our lovely and talented host, Mr. Ken Zalis. What's up, KZ?
How you doing?
I'm all right. Some more bad news that we'll have to talk about here in a second, but why not?
Is there anything but?
Press Box Fantasy Football Show brought to you by CCBC. Supercharge your computer skills with beginner to advanced classes at CCBC, all tuition free. If you qualify, 443-840-4700. We have much to discuss, Ken. Some news just came in from the Chicago Bears. Another player has tested positive. They have closed the facility. That maybe starts to feel like a scenario where you might want to think about having backup plans to your backup plans to back up your backup plans. What?
You're not going to call me?
Oh, no. Well, you didn't say it. That's not the way it goes. I mean, the NFL has made it clear they're attempting to play all the games now. Like, they're going to do everything in their power to play all the games. But if now you're talking about multiple players over multiple days, that starts to get into the territory of outbreak, and that's when it becomes concerning.
I think if they're playing tonight's game, they're going to play them all. And it's not that necessarily that they're playing tonight's game, is that they're playing it tonight. Like,
right. They didn't even like move it to Monday.
It's shocking to me that they're not moving it to Monday or Tuesday after. I mean, we're talking about five or six
entire offense, more or less.
Well, but there's 5 or 6 guys that are in the COVID list.
And I don't know enough about the situation in San Francisco. I'll compare it to Baltimore, where somebody asked me yesterday, "Hey, what if all of these guys? What if everybody who's been separated from the team all test positive?" I'd be like, "Well, they'd have to postpone the game." And then I thought about it again and said,
"Well, they won't."
Actually, no. What they're going to say is they were separated from the team.
Correct.
So they wouldn't have impacted everybody else, and they'll probably just play the game. So I don't know enough about the details of all these circumstances. This response from the Bears seems a little more concerning.
They're one of I think this is 6 teams now that have closed a facility at some point this week.
To be fair, yes, the Ravens closed their facility on Monday.
So did the Colts, and so did the Broncos, and so on and so on.
But it being Thursday is.
I mean, San Francisco closed their facility on Tuesday, and they're playing on Thursday.
How many positives has it been now for Chicago?
I don't know the total number. I don't know.
So look, this is no different than anything else we have dealt with all year long.
In this very different year,
until Sunday morning and the teams are warming up on the field.
Yeah.
You have to have your backup plans. I picked up Matthew Stafford on waivers everywhere to play him this week. I then went out and picked up garbage to replace him because I don't know that we can
who knows?
guarantee if he's going to play.
Right.
I think the same situation has to be done for the Chicago Bears. And let's be fair. We're talking about 2 players. We're talking about Allen Robinson and David Montgomery.
Well, no.
Mooney's gotten some play.
Whoa. They're playing the Titans. This is a really significant fantasy game.
Yes.
There's a lot of it. This is.
I'm saying from the Bears standpoint.
Yeah,
you're
okay,
right. From the Titans, here we are with the Titans.
That's a huge problem. That's Ryan Tannehill, and that's Derrick Henry, and that's A.J. Brown, and that's
Ferkser, not Jonnu Smith.
Well, I don't know if that's the route that you're going, but this is Corey Davis has been a real play in recent weeks.
Yeah, look, it's a huge deal, but it's not like anything else that we haven't dealt with, and to be honest, it isn't like anything else.
By the way, it's why all the leagues should have expanded by a bunch this year, and all of you idiots that only wanted to add 1 spot or whatever to your league,
didn't even add any.
It's the most insane thing ever.
Although I will say the waiver wire is more appealing in those leagues than it is in the ones with extra bench spots.
I disagree because you're still. It's the waiver wire is all the random guy that you happen to be picking up that nobody knows was coming.
So I'll say this about waiver wire since we kind of went there for a second. Check your waiver wires. There are pieces of treasure.
You know how difficult it is for me to not want to pick up Joe Burrow? It's killing me. There's a league. I already have 2 quarterbacks. I can't do it.
Look,
but he's sitting there, and I'm like, what is this world where Joe Burrow is not owned?
I happened to check one today, and it's just I was like, Henderson is out there. I'm like, really?
Right.
I was like, he's a starting running back in the NFL.
Bye week.
I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get
desperation.
I mean, there's a league I'm taking 2 zeros. because I refuse to drop anybody, and I'm in bye week hell. And hurt people. There's literally nobody that I want to drop, and I'm just like, okay, I'm 6-2 in that league. I'm gonna be 6-3.
All right, let's cover some things generically before we get into the specific questions. Get your questions in at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter in the comments, and I will get to them tonight. Let's start with the Green Bay backfield.
Dexter Williams.
Are you playing him?
If I have to, yes.
Is Aaron Jones, is there a chance?
There is a chance. I mean, they haven't ruled him out. He made the trip. Not he made the trip, but you understand what I mean. He's there. They're going to go. He's a game-time decision.
Like, if this was a Sunday game, he'd play, pretty much.
Probably.
Right.
Probably. He would play. So, we'll see. Now, the fact that they're playing a team of backups probably can rest them a week and feel comfortable that we're still going to win this football game. You have Dexter Williams, who is more built and more ready to be the first and second down back. Irvin is more of a special teams, third down, maybe pass catching.
He's a former wide receiver, isn't he?
Huh?
Isn't he a former wide receiver?
Yeah. I mean, he's big. He's like 6'1". And so Dexter Williams is a guy that if you're scared of the Bears and the Titans situation,
just go ahead and play him.
Go ahead and play him. He's playing. He's going to be a starting running back in the NFL this week. We're on a team that probably is going to be able to put up 27-plus points this week and should have ample opportunity to perform.
Or if you're running back needy.
If you're running back needy.
So let me pose it this way, right? No, just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it.
Dexter Williams is sitting available in one of my leagues.
Yes.
I currently have Chris Carson in my lineup, and I don't know what to make of that.
I don't know what to make of him either.
Now, I also own DJ Dallas.
Yes.
So my gut has been just hold off.
Correct.
If Carson doesn't go, I play DJ Dallas. Yes. I'm fine.
Yes.
I don't play Jerick McKinnon or pick up Dexter Williams.
No, you're fine. You're covered. But
Dexter Williams being out there, you might want to just pick him up to somebody else.
It would require me to
I mean, if you have the room, I mean,
if your opponent has a possible flex,
block,
picking up Dexter Williams would require me to drop Boston Scott,
which you probably don't want to do right now, even though he's on a bye.
Exactly.
But we're not 100% sure that Sanders is going to be back after the bye, and Boston Scott has equipped himself pretty well in the starting role since he took over. So no, but if you are in a situation like if you went out and picked up Matt Breida, okay, because Myles Gaskin out of nowhere seemingly decided they put him on IR with an injury that nobody seemed to see, but he's now on IR, and you're like, okay, well, Matt Breida's the next guy up because they obviously don't like Jordan Howard. He's been inactive for a month. They have some guy named Ahmed who was actually the backup in college to Myles Gaskin, that they've activated. Who's going to run the ball? Well, it's going to be Breida.
Washington also?
Huh?
Traded for
They
DeAndre
traded for
Washington.
but he can't play this week.
Yeah, but still. Right.
They traded for DeAndre Washington. So you're like, okay, well, Breida's the last man standing. He may not play because he's hurt. So if you're in a situation like that, go pick up Dexter Williams and start him and be done with it.
At 2-6, he's a flex godsend to me this week.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the situation we're in. If you're wide receiver desperate, I'd be going and seeing if Alan Lazard, who made the trip, is activated before the game, and he'd be worthy of starting. If guys are playing on Thursday,
I want to talk one more about tight ends.
Tight ends
in San Francisco.
Dwelly.
So are you saying just giving up on Jordan Reed, or
I don't think he's active yet, and I don't think they're going to.
Well, he hasn't been activated yet, but they would have until 4 o'clock.
I don't think he's active today. But even if he is active today, I think Dwelly is the guy to have for this week.
So even if Jordan Reed were to be activated and played, you'd be playing Ross Dwelly tonight.
Yes, he's the tight end to choose.
I got a gross situation in one league where I picked up both of them this week.
I mean, it's Reed.
You were looking forward to dropping Dwelly, weren't you?
Reed coming back.
I'll drop either one. I don't care who I drop. I'm not going to carry both of them.
But it was like he never, and it's so hard on a short week, but he never got a full practice. He was still
and it's also
limited.
Jordan Reed. If you're
and it's Jordan Reed, and
out there
he can
would
you rather play Dwelly or Logan Thomas?
Oh, I like Logan Thomas. Yeah.
So you would.
I would play Logan Thomas.
All right.
Thomas looked good with Allen.
He has. He's been targeted. He's
fine.
been a top 10 in the 2 games he's played with Allen. He's been a top 10 tight end
Both weeks, right?
both weeks.
Yeah.
Scored both weeks.
Okay, let's touch on a couple other things. This is Christian McCaffrey week.
It is. Yay!
Are you at all concerned
No.
that are not related? Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I guess on both sides. Is there any world for Mike Davis in a Christian McCaffrey
Or
offense?
value, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not droppable because you are dealing with somebody who's coming back from an ankle injury and one step
But he's not playable either.
I think for this week, if you are beyond desperate, as lots of people are, I think he has some PPR appeal because you're getting Christian McCaffrey and you're getting a top 10 running back for this week as I have them ranked, but you're not getting RB1 production out of Christian McCaffrey as far as the number of touches that I expect him to have. I think Mike Davis has earned the right to be the every third or fourth possession change-up guy so McCaffrey isn't overused right away. So you can say, does he have 4 catches in him? Does he have 30 yards rushing in him? Maybe so. So he's a desperate flex play for me this week.
And it doesn't. You're still expecting massive numbers from Christian McCaffrey. You don't think they're even muted remotely?
I don't see why not. I mean,
the offense has been good.
The offense has been good, and Mike Davis was targeted a lot outside of the last game. On the short week, the Thursday night game, he's been targeted as much as Christian McCaffrey. I mean,
defenses can't stack the box against Carolina.
So it's. No, I'm not. I'm not. The only thing I'm worried about, and worried is probably too strong of a word, but I think that I'm just keeping an eye on it. I think you're not getting the same 30 touches out of McCaffrey right away this week. I think you're going to build to that.
But you still, you're, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you've been waiting this long.
I'm done saying you're not playing.
Let's fire him up. Let's go.
Right. What's your warrior? Become it in the Army. Whether you want to cure diseases or develop technology the world doesn't know exists, the Army is where all of that can happen. Find out more by contacting your local Army recruiter and follow us on social media at U.S. Army Baltimore. Ask yourself, what's your warrior? And go to goarmy.com/Baltimore to find out.
Can I bring up one point as it pertains to Christian McCaffrey?
Sure.
No. There is no reason, if you own Christian McCaffrey, he is sitting on your IR, to activate him from your IR until Sunday morning. I'll
only disagree with you because it might be somewhere that can put somebody else on IR.
That's what I have. I have Kenyon Drake. So
if you can, but I'm saying if you don't have that situation,
right?
Don't wait till everything plays out. Don't I saw. I got to activate. No, he can sit there. He can sit there till Sunday morning, then activate him, drop the person you need to drop because you don't know who else is going to come down with COVID between now and Sunday morning.
I hear you.
But there were lots of people. Somebody asked me, well, who do I need to drop to activate McCaffrey? I'm like, well, nobody till Sunday morning.
Yep.
Let's play that. We're playing day by day fantasy this year. We've talked about this before. We're not playing week to week. We're not playing 2 days ahead. We have to play day by day.
Yep.
And look at it that way.
All right. So you mentioned the Miami backfield a minute ago. Is there anything you're doing with the Miami backfield at all?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you're not even just holding Breda to see.
I'll hold him to see, but I'm not. Even if he plays, unless I'm desperate, I don't want to play him.
Sure.
I just when he hasn't practiced. He didn't practice Wednesday. I don't know. I haven't seen anything today yet. The coaches was pessimistic at best that he could go on Sunday. Not that we're believing coaches anymore, but they activated guys from the practice squad.
Sure.
There's no sign that tells me, okay, Brady's going to be the guy. And offensively, they were horrible last week.
They did almost nothing. Yeah. They did almost nothing offensively. But, well, in fairness, they didn't need to.
They didn't need to, but it's fine. Right. Who knows what it really is? But you're also traveling across the country and face a good Arizona team.
So one more. Obviously, this is Antonio Brown week.
Sure.
What are the circumstances by which you're playing Antonio Brown? Where would you rank him, for example, this
He'll
week?
be a wide receiver 3 for me.
Okay, so it sounds like
He's playing.
It sounds like there are circumstances
Middle of the
where
road.
you're playing him.
Middle of the road. Now, he may sneak up because, Marvin Jones may be coming below him and other guys may be moving down based on different situations.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if you start with 3 wide receivers on your team, he's in there. I can't remember exactly where, but I have him in the wide receiver 3 category. I'll tell you as we're talking. But, I mean, with Godwin still out, I have him right now. I have him as a low. I have him at 34. But again, there are guys above him that could come down. Marvin Jones, DJ Chark, guys like that I don't really love their situation.
You're not intrigued to see what Luton's got over there in Jacksonville?
I'm intrigued.
What are you intrigued about? I have no idea why you would be intrigued by.
They're saying they're going to open the offense.
By Joey Fatone playing quarterback.
Because
he's got a strong arm.
First of all, I can't.
Thank you.
I can't believe he's in the NFL.
Yeah. That's why I don't understand why you're intrigued by it.
Well, the fact that he's in the NFL intrigues me.
It sounds like Nathan Peterman.
This is a big kid. I mean, this is a big
Some
kid.
people like him last year.
He's big. I don't understand.
He was so inaccurate in college. I mean, we joke about you don't go to the NFL and become more accurate. This guy can't get any less accurate. Where are you going to go?
There's something to be said for that.
So, I mean, he's got weapons around him. Am I intrigued? Yes. Am I starting him? No. Am I downgrading everybody but James Robinson at offense? Yes.
All right. We'll grab a break here. When we come back in, your questions. If you haven't gotten them in yet, final call at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter or right there in the comments in the video, and we will pose them to KZ next. It's the Press Box Fantasy Football Show in the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Studio.
Glory Days Grill's Oktoberfest menu is available now. Our fall seasonal menu is available for dine-in, dine-out, on the patio, or to-go. It's a new season, so enjoy new flavors. Try their new chicken schnitzel or the delicious Prussian pretzel rolls. Glory Days is open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. Visit GloryDaysGrill.com for a location near you. From the Glory Days Grill family, stay healthy and positive during this challenging time in our community.
With Wise Market's lowest price guarantee, we guarantee the lowest price in the area. If a local competitor advertises any of our tagged lowest price guarantee items at a lower price, we'll give you double the difference with purchase.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
Looking to get one up on the competition? Supercharge your computer skills. CCBC has classes at all levels from beginner to expert coder. Explore Microsoft Office, gaming, or even ethical hacker. Maybe hardware is your gig. Become A+ certified. All tuition free if you qualify. Call 443-840-4700 or visit ccbcmd.edu/quickreg.
If you're looking to make an impact, there's no better place to do that than the U.S. Army. Whether your goal is to fight and cure deadly diseases, develop technologies, or seek adventures across the globe, the Army is where all of that can happen, and so much more. The Army is a team of 1 million individuals working together to take on the most complex problems in the nation and the world, and to win. Ask yourself, what's your warrior? Go to army.com/Baltimore to find out. To learn more, contact your local Army recruiter and find us on social media at U.S. Army Baltimore.
You can't trade quarterbacks this year. There's just too many of them. There's too many quarterbacks for you to be able to trade quarterbacks this season.
There are.
I did a dumb thing. It's just I'm a stupid. I'm going to take Joe Burrow out of play, which is fine. He's on a bye anyway. It's not like anybody was going to be picking him up to play him, so I don't have to feel all that bad about it. All right, let's roll through some questions. KZ is here. Ken, I'll start with me because I always do. I'm in a tough spot. Like we were talking about the backup plan. Right now, I'm very thin at wide receiver. If AJ Brown doesn't go, I don't have
a backup plan.
Well, the only other wide receiver I have on the roster is Jarvis Landry, who's on a bye. So, I guess the question becomes: do I just do nothing and hope for the best? Because outside of that, it would be. I could not live with myself if I had to drop my backup quarterback because that's Justin Herbert. I can't do that. I can't bring myself to that point.
Who's your regular quarterback?
Russell Wilson.
Is he already had his bye?
No. Wait. Russell, they had their bye. Did they have their bye?
Yes.
They did have their bye, yeah. Shut up. I'm not doing it. You're not getting me to drop Justin Herbert. I don't care. I feel like I can wait this out, though, is the point. I can
Okay,
wait this
well,
out, right? Can I?
Well,
Can I wait this out?
I mean, yeah, but you still have to pick up a wide receiver
if
if
the Tennessee game doesn't get played,
Understand
right?
that. Do you have more than one tight end or defense or kicker on your roster?
Nowhere to go there.
Well, then you can wait it out. But
that's
then,
that's
but
the
you
answer I
understand
wanted
your
to is
move.
to wait it out. Wait it out.
But
and
you understand the move that needs to be made.
You son of a bitch. I hate you so much.
Well, I mean, there's no other
I
move to
hate
have.
you so much.
There's no other move to make.
Unless you just evaluate the
God's
matchup.
sakes.
What time's your kicker playing?
I haven't picked one up yet, so
So maybe just don't have kicker.
Good.
I
could wait till-
I can't really do that.
I've done
I
it
can't
before.
justify that over
Do
my
you,
backup
are
quarterback.
are the any of the Monday night kickers available?
I have to look at that.
Okay,
I'd have to
well,
look
there
at
you
it. All right, from Paul and Orlando, for my flex position, full point PPR, Jermichael Hasty, DJ Chark, or J.K. Dobbins.
Hasty.
You're
Let's
all
let-
in.
let's
It's
go.
it's all they've got tonight is what you're...
Well, who else is getting the ball? Name somebody.
I mean, McKinnon's still there. He's still healthy, right?
Not really.
He's not healthy? Did I miss something?
Doesn't seem to be.
They were like
Okay.
tired. He got tired legs.
Tired
Well, that's
legs.
a different thing. That's a different thing between tired legs and healthy.
But what is tired
Oh, I
legs?
don't know what any of it is. I don't know what any of
I
it
mean, he
is.
hasn't played really in 2 weeks, and
He
when
caught
he
a lot of
did,
passes last week,
did.
right?
but then
He only got 2 carries.
I thought it was really weird. Like he got 2 carries early, and then you
Yeah.
didn't see him until it was a blowout or something. I don't know.
Nick,
Those are-
so you're
I
saying
love Hasty.
roll Hasty.
I think he's getting 20 touches today.
All right. Nick Kelly needs 2 of these 4. I'm assuming this is James Robinson, Leonard Fournette, Josh Jacobs, and Edmonds.
Ooh.
Some good options, by the way.
Ooh. We're playing Edmonds,
And?
Robinson.
and we're playing Robinson.
Okay.
Robinson's in my top 4
You're
this
really
week.
benching Josh Jacobs.
He doesn't catch passes.
I hear you,
In a
man. I don't-
PPR, in
Yeah,
a
it's a
full point
PPR.
PPR,
I hear ya.
I can't do it. I mean, I
That's
like
rough.
Jacobs. Look, you're talking about 3 guys. Again, we're splitting hairs.
I hear you.
You got 3 guys that are in my top 9 and probably top 8 if Aaron Jones doesn't play, because the way I do this is I rank people based on
If they play, right,
and then
so-
if they don't, I can remove them.
Right.
So, Robinson's 4 for me in a PPR. You got Edmonds at 7 and Jacobs at 8. I mean, who's his flex?
I
mean, who-
no, he also has Kamara.
Oh.
He's just
Well, you gotta
basically
bench
trying to.
Kamara.
He's just basically trying to brag about how
Probably
good
should
his
have
team
long
is.
since traded one of those running backs.
that's-
not
it's-
this year.
it's
Although
tricky.
Edmonds
That's
isn't
really
exactly.
tricky.
This is
It's
Edmonds'
really-
only week.
Yeah,
seems
I
like,
don't. No, I think whatever.
Congrats.
John,
Yeah, good for you.
John in Little Rock. If the 49ers activate Reed, do you start him over Eric Ebron?
No.
Okay.
Like Ebron this week against Swiss cheese defense.
All right. From Troy. Hey, Troy. What's up, buddy? Packers defense or Giants defense this week?
Like them both, but I'm going to play the Packers tonight, don't you?
I mean, the thing is, the Giants defense has played well.
They have, but it was like.
By the way,
Better than people
I'd
think.
start either defense in that game. I'd start the Washington defense or the Giants defense. in
Yeah,
that
I
game.
got
I
the
think I
pa-
lean Washington.
I got the Packers. I lean Washington over New York too. In fact, I got Washington number 2 on my list this week. But no, I like the Packers tonight.
They can't stop the run,
Okay,
but isn't that the only thing San Francisco can do?
I don't. I just. I don't know how many points they're going to give up. I mean, I like the Packers tonight. Rookie quarterback. I mean, not
hear you.
rookie, but backup
You
quarterback.
just wait, Nick Mullins.
No receivers.
No, you've been telling me that for a really long
This
time.
is the game.
They probably released Pettis a little bit too quick.
Yeah, I would think that.
That's a big head scratcher.
Little too quick there.
Okay, so this is from Chris. Chris says, so I'm obviously going to start McCaffrey this week. My other running back, should it be Swift or Gibson?
Gibson.
Now, he says, I need 2 receivers from this group, Justin Jefferson, Mike Williams, Will Fuller, and Laviska Shenault.
Okay, give it to me again.
Justin Jefferson, Mike Williams, Will Fuller, Laviska Shenault.
Okay, we're not starting Chenault.
I don't know how anybody could.
We're starting Fuller.
Yeah. So Jefferson or Williams?
PPR.
He did say it was PPR, yes.
I want to start Jefferson. I like.
Well, hang on, because you could end up starting both of them, because
Okay.
it's going to come to a flex question.
Okay, Jefferson.
All right, so now you've got Swift and Mike Williams. Which is your flex?
In a full point PPR?
He said it was a full point PPR.
It's
Yes.
it's Swift. It's Swift for me.
Man, it's tough to not start Mike Williams.
It
at the moment.
is. It
Really
is. But
tough.
he's not outside of the one game that
had
Allen got
two
hurt. He
100-yard
wasn't.
games,
He
right?
wasn't. But he wasn't. It's the volume that bothers me.
Yes, he got another. He got
And-
some end zone targets last week. He was
Yeah, he
getting
throws
peppered.
to so many other guys.
Yeah, that's your boy.
Guys I
Justin
don't even
Herbert,
know.
Pro Bowl
And
caliber
another guy
quarterback.
scored last week that we have never heard of.
Not sure if you know that guy's really good, Justin Herbert.
You know what?
Really good.
You know what?
He's say it.
I'm starting
Say
him in
it.
all my DFS.
Hell yeah, you are.
So
you know
he's
why?
finally-
You know what that
Because
means?
you were.
You know what that
this is
means?
the
You
rookie week.
You know what
were.
that means?
You were. Like, he's gonna stink.
No,
You-
he's gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah. Well, you
Because
were.
everybody gets hurt.
You were raw.
Maybe he'll win a football game one of these
Who
times.
gives an F about that? Phillip Rivers didn't do a lot of that. I don't care if they win or not. He's
I
amazing. Watch him play.
I would like one.
That's the late game. I think on Fox. Oddly, this week that's the late game that we're getting here.
What?
The CBS doubleheader game is
I don't mind.
the Steelers Cowboys. My God,
Yeah.
there is zero chance I'm tuning into the Steelers and Cowboys. I will be watching the other game with my pants off. I am all in. How can you not? Justin Herbert's amazing.
I think I have him
He's
ranked
a
really high
quarterback
this
and
week.
prince. Go ahead, get some questions in, Kyle.
So
I have him ranked 6th.
Because he's amazing, and you were royal blue.
Dexter Williams over Zach Moss.
You like my liar? You like my liar? you
Yeah,
like
I do.
that?
I
That's
like
pretty
it.
good.
PPR. You're gonna
Half
say
point.
half. I
Yes,
knew
sir.
I knew you were gonna say
The best
half.
format.
I knew you were gonna say half. No, I'm starting Moss.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's just gonna make me.
What was
conflicted.
the question again?
Dexter Williams or Zach Moss?
Oh man, I can't believe that.
I mean, Moss is getting the red zone work, but
I hear you.
All of it for
not
2
all
weeks.
of it. I mean,
yeah,
Singletary
no.
got the same number of
No,
carries,
he's
and he
saying-
got outsnapped
Yeah.
by Singletary last
Yeah.
week. Also,
I know outsnap, but he's getting inside the 20. He's getting almost all of it. 2 weeks in a row.
Man, you're gonna make me conflicted on that one. All right,
I know.
Shark or drop Jalen Rager to pick up John Brown.
Oh no, no. Shark.
Emphatically, no.
I can't. I mean, Brown. I don't think he's healthy yet. He didn't do a thing last week.
Fair enough.
A thing.
All right.
Zero.
Well, there was also a lot of wind. I don't know if you heard.
It was quite windy. That is true.
In my other league, Dobbins or Jonathan Taylor or DJ Dallas.
No Carson, DJ.
Okay.
Otherwise, Dobbins.
Okay. I think I agree with you there. Let's just say I had to start both James White and Damian Harris.
I would quit. Just quit. Just say resign. See you guys next year.
Who do you like better of the two? Williams? Harris,
I guess Harris now.
How do you answer this question?
I don't know. I don't know because it's so crazy what they're doing.
Like
there.
it comes down to the game essentially, right?
It
And
does.
the Jets, you figure they
You
should
figure
be
they're
in
going
it,
to run,
and they should
but
be
they're
running.
impossible to run against.
Really?
Yeah, they're tough run defense.
Who
Make me
knew?
feel better.
But
So
you're looking at a guy
full
that's
point
going to
PPR.
get.
You'd play White.
No, I can't. I can't play White.
Okay, I
just
assume
can't.
Dexter Williams. Even if Jones plays, I'm playing him over the double New England backfield.
Who?
So let's say Aaron Jones plays,
Okay.
would you start Dexter Williams still?
No.
You just
Over-
start both Patriots running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Again,
No.
Or Joshua Kelly is involved, but he's also
he's-
being
he's
usurped
not-
by
he's done
Troy
nothing.
Some guy
Pope or whatever.
The Pope or
Yeah.
whatever.
made Justin Jackson really valuable.
This is disgusting.
Hey, I don't want to talk about the fact that Mixon's
Just-
run by.
could you answer the
Gaskin got
question?
I
hurt.
know.
So I can
I don't
move
want to
on.
answer the question.
I need to move on.
I can't. If Jones is
can't do it.
I can't start Dexter.
All right, and
so
lastly- Lastly, Gibson
yes.
over Dobbins, right?
Yes.
Now, wide receiver 3, Corey Davis over Brown and Shark, right?
Which Brown?
John Brown.
Yes.
Is there a Brown that you would?
Hollywood Brown? Yeah, Antonio Brown? There's
Still.
lots of Browns.
Lots of Browns.
Yeah, I don't know why you would just assume that there's only one Brown. It's a very weird
That's
bit.
okay.
Or it could be one of the Cleveland Browns. There's a whole team of them.
I get
play
this all
that.
the time. Should I play this one or Robinson?
Like, you might want to be a little more specific.
I don't know.
It's not a common name.
Yeah, no, it's quite common. Jesse wants to know Hollywood Brown, John Brown. See, he's got all the Browns on his team.
See, that's his fault.
Or Amari Cooper in a flex.
PPR?
Half-point PPR.
I have Cooper and Brown, 24 and 25.
Which Brown?
I'm sorry, Mark.
See?
Yeah, you did it to yourself.
I know. John Brown's not a
You
thought
played
for me.
yourself.
Cooper, garbage time.
All right. J.K. Dobbins or Leonard Fournette?
Fournette.
Half-point PPR.
Fournette.
All right, and this is very generic from Troy. Next week is sort of the trade deadline in fantasy football.
In some places, yes.
Anything that you are like looking for, anything that you're everything. It's such a disaster fantasy football this season that I think it makes it very difficult to make
Part with quality bench assets.
It's very hard.
because you just have no idea who's playing for your team next week or
Nobody,
not. And so making plans is
Like, I don't really want to trade Justin Herbert after I have Pat Mahomes, you know?
I don't well you can't first of all. Nobody's trading for quarterbacks. There's just
People have
too-
inquired, so they texted me being like, would you be
If
open
you
to
can
trading
do
for
it, I
Justin
would do
Herbert?
it.
But
I would do it.
Not
It's very
anymore.
difficult.
I was able to trade quarterbacks early. But
People are just too confident they can find somebody.
It's almost impossible to trade for a running back right now if you need one.
that's the thing. If you
Because
have like
nobody-
5 running backs, you can make a trade for
You
sure.
can make a trade. If you're really deep at running back, you can make a trade. At the same time, you can't give them away because who knows what next week's going to be. If you have, somebody said to me the other day, it's like, I have 4 really good running backs. I was like, how many can you start? And he's like, 3. I said, well, then you can't trade one. And he's like, well, but I can only start 3. I said,
Yeah,
they're
but
getting
you're gonna-
hurt.
correct. You're gonna need
like
'em.
crazy. I was like, if it's your strength, but I really need a wide receiver. What's your record? I'm 6-2. Stop bothering me.
Yep.
I don't know. It's impossible. You have to have depth at all positions. Just like the waiver wire. Once you have settled in on your starters this week, you have to look at your bench and kind of make guesses and start picking up backup running backs. I did it last week. Not that I was smart about this because I didn't know it was going to work out, but in a league last week on Sunday morning, I noticed that I had a useless piece that I'm like, I'm never going to start this person. He's not starting for me this week. Let me go down the running back list. Oh, look, Jordan Wilkins is available. If Taylor ever gets hurt, he's the guy. Those are the guys you go and pick up. Tony Pollard is available on many waiver wires. Guess what? Zeke has a little bit of a hammy. Not that he's not going to play.
Or that the Cowboys' offense is
Right.
crazy appealing.
It's
but
not,
like,
but it's not. But if a guy's going to get 15 touches because Zeke is out, that's a guy that needs to be on your roster over number 2 tight end that you may be holding on, number 2 defense you may be holding on. God forbid you're holding on to
I
two.
cannot
to
understand
two-
how people do
two
that.
kickers.
I don't understand.
What, 2 defenses?
Yes.
I do it if I know that
It-
a defense next week is a great matchup.
I think if you have a miracle situation on your roster where you don't have bye weeks or something.
Well,
like,
the only way you
I also have 2.
right.
I have 2 in both leagues, actually. I have the Steelers and the Buccaneers in
Well,
one
yeah,
league.
I mean, look, I'm not a big one for that. I mean, there's a told somebody today, look, I love the Colts defense. I think they're really good defense. I think they're kind of viable this week, but not 1,000%. But he's got New England. I was like, you got to drop the Colts because New England's playing the Jets, and you need a piece.
Yeah.
That's who you drop, and you'll take your chances that maybe you can get them back, but otherwise you just stream them. But look at the way you have to play now is look at the waiver wire and see what is out there once you have your starters and see if there's a piece. And people will say, well, what about my priority ranking or this and that? That doesn't mean anything anymore. You gotta do what's best. The only way we can think ahead is to take backups that may have a chance later.
Real quick, this guy got his question in earlier, but he did
Okay.
follow up and said if he also owns DJ Dallas, if Carson doesn't play, would you play him? Would you play Dallas over DeAndre Swift?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Anything else to keep in mind for this week?
Not really. I mean, you just got to pay attention. Drop guys that need to be dropped that you're not using this week. I mean, again, I understand if you're going to use them next week and they're on bye, But if there's a guy that's not on bye and you're not starting him this week, that means they're really not that good.
Yeah.
Let's look at what's on. I'm not saying you have to, but look at what's on the waiver wire. Start to look at who backup running backs are at this point. I'll give you a perfect example. The Miami kid I talked about, I think it's Ahmad. I don't know what his first name is. Maybe Salvon or something like that.
I have no idea.
No, I'm saying it's something like that. He's a guy that we can't start this week. But
It's the other. See, Salvin Ahmed. Salvin Ahmed.
that's pretty close for not knowing.
bad.
That's not bad for me.
Yeah.
Considering nobody else
Right.
in the universe knows who I'm talking about.
Never heard of him.
Okay. But he's a guy that you add to your bench on Sunday morning if he's available, because if Breda is hurt and they don't like Howard and they say, you know what, we brought this guy up for a reason, let's see what he has, and he goes off and they say, you know what, we may have found something here. Hey, he's already on your roster. You don't have to play the waiver wire game.
Yeah.
Those are the type of moves you need to be making this week before waiver wires and before games lock.
All right. At Fans Fantasy on Twitter is how you follow him. PressBoxOnline.com to see the rankings and everything you need to know there. Glory Days Grill's Oktoberfest menu is available right now. Of course, it includes the Prussian pretzel rolls, the chicken schnitzel, the brewer's platter, the funnel cake fries. It's so good. It's a new season, so try some new flavors right now at your neighborhood Glory Days Grill. GloryDaysGrill.com is the website to find the location nearest you. They're open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day with indoor seating, outdoor seating on the patio, and to-go specials available. KZ, enjoyed it. We will see you next Thursday.
Sounds good.
Of course, Kyle and I will be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for Glenn Clark Radio. This has been the Press Box Fantasy Football Show.